Hello everyone and welcome to a belated Greenside Project studio update. Yeah, it's been a while guys, hasn't it? It's been a couple of weeks. I was trying to update or going to do weekly updates every Saturday morning, but unfortunately last weekend I left my phone at work on Friday evening. By the time I got home work was closed, so I didn't have my phone. I recorded off my phone, couldn't use that. I do have a digital camera I could have used to hopefully get something together. Unfortunately, my girlfriend was working away and she'd taken the digital camera, so there was no way of updating. That was a bit of a pain in the bum. I did quickly put a little bit of writing up on my YouTube's page, just so people who are really curious and desperate to know I was alive were reassured, but I don't know about you guys, but I never read those on other people's sites, so I don't expect anyone read it on mine. But anyway, back now. It's quite good actually, because by last Saturday, I hadn't really achieved much, whereas I've had more free time this week, so I've got this Tallarn converted Sentinel mostly sorted, and I've also very, very nearly completed my Tallarn infantry unit. All that's waiting on these last guys, and there's only a couple of them, is for the Arabic Emperor freehand on their shoulders, as you can see on this mini here. So that's my first infantry squad sorted. I've also been doing a bit of conversion work, because the Talon don't have any comms units to spare. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put some comms backpacks on some Talon infantry on my next squad, so each infantry squad can have one. But for my HQs, this is an old artillery loader from one of the old heavy weapons units, and what I've done is I've given him an old Cadian comms backpack, linked it with a bit of guitar string there. I think that looks quite neat. These, I filed down the missile ends there, so they look more like bulbs, and they'll be displaying all sorts of lovely flashing lights. So he's going to be from a HQ unit, which is the next thing I'm going to get sorted. But yeah, so here's a Sentinel. Had a lovely time painting him, and I wanted to try out sort of different techniques, because as I'm getting more and more into painting up this Talon army, and I'm getting really into it and thinking about what I'm going to buy next, I thought about doing sort of a desert camo scheme for the vehicles. I had a look, but generally that always looks a bit more comic booky. Nothing wrong with that at all, but sort of the general look I'm going for with these Talon guys is a bit more realistic, or at least sort of hyper real, I guess. So I had a look at sort of desert warfare in the 20th century images on Google, which is a bit, I don't know, felt a bit voyeuristic, but anyway, looked at the sort of tone of vehicles and things, and then tried out this scheme, and I wanted one that was really easy to paint. So what I did was grey primer, then dry brushed on some Rakarth flesh, then washed the whole thing with I want to say Gyrofone sepia, or Griffin sepia even, but it's not even that anymore, it's Seraphim sepia. And then the darker bits with, again, I want to say Devlin Mud, but Agrax Earthshade, isn't it? Goodness me, come on, Greenside Project, live in the now. So after the washes, then I re-dry brushed with Rakarth, then I dry brushed again with some Screaming Skull, and then I started weathering and things, and yeah, I'm happy with how it looks. You can see where I've been doing little scrapes and dings on it and things. The Talon guy inside, in the end you can't even really see his feet, which I suspected, but they're there if you wanted to look. Painted the whole thing pretty much unassembled, then assembled it, which worked out well, apart from the fact you can see here that slightly not lining up quite correctly in the middle. But I think for a first Sentinel, because obviously I'd like a squad of 3 in the end, I'm not going to complain. And it's quite a nice little bit of conversion work. I've brought at least one more of the older heavy weapons squads, so I've got another comms guy to convert, and another Talon that can be sat here. So far, I mean, the main bit of the Sentinel here, you can see it's pretty much sorted. I've got to dry brush the slate a little bit. All I've got left really is I've got to do the weapons. I've done the main part of the body, but I've got to add the metallics and any details of these. If you remember, they're all metallic. They're all magnetised, I should be saying. So they pop on there. This searchlight is also magnetised, and that can be replaced by the hunter killer missile, which I just need to paint up like so. So, love the Sentinel. I think they're really great models. Quite proud of the conversion work. I'm toying around. I've got some material to use as camo netting, which I think will look quite cool. But I'm just toying around at the moment. It's sort of a bright orange. I need to get it brown. I'm not sure the best way to do that, so it's still a bit flexible to go on the model. I'm thinking things through. We shall have to see on that one. But next up, after I've got the Sentinel done, which isn't that far away at all, I'm going to do my first HQ unit, my command squad, so I can at least start using these Tallarn guys as allies with my Dark Angels. So that means I think I'm going to have, obviously, my comms guy. Now, I'm either going to be painting up the Tallarn Lieutenant, who I think, is that him? Here, or Al-Harim, who's normally a platoon HQ choice, but I'd use as a count-as. I'm not decided one of those two. Then I've got a special weapon grenade launcher Tallarn and 2 of the forge-walled snipers, I think, for my HQ, at least to make do with my HQ. And then soon I'm going to order a secondary infantry squad, and then I think I need, yes, 2 more special weapons guys or heavy weapons team to complete my platoon HQ, and then we'll be really up and cooking. Then we're going to get some really exciting things. I'm definitely thinking tanks. Definitely need some tanks. And I've got a couple of quite cool ideas for converting up a veteran squad and a penal Legion squad, but I'm not going to talk about those yet because there's quite some time away. So thank you for everyone that keeps watching. Amazingly, I'm still getting subscribers despite not posting anything, which is lovely. Thank you and welcome to all new subscribers. Fingers crossed, this should be a weekly thing with updates, and I'll have some new goodies to show you soon. So take care, everyone. Love you all. Bye.